You're watching No More News.
Trump upset victory divinely sent to begin messianic process, say Israeli rabbis, right?
Before the 2016 presidential election, some evangelical Christians began comparing Donald Trump to King Cyrus, the biblical king who's credited with allowing Jews to return to Jerusalem from exile in the Babylonian Empire. The idea behind the comparison is that a non-believing leader can be used by God to enact policies that help advance the interest of believers, in this case, Christians and Jews.
We will move the American embassy to the eternal capital of the Jewish people, Jerusalem.
Donald Trump recognized history. He, like King Cyrus before him, fulfilled the biblical prophecy of the gods worshipped by Jews, Christians, and yes, Muslims, that Jerusalem is the eternal capital of the Jewish state.
I have determined that it is time to officially recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel.
I think President Trump has made history. This will be remembered the way we remember the Cyrus Declaration from 2,500 years ago when he told the exiles of Babylon, you can go back and rebuild the temple in Jerusalem. This is a historic moment, and we will always remember it.
That is a Trump Cyrus coin. That's what that is in my hand. This is a third temple. That's what the image is that is on the back of this coin. And you have Trump and Cyrus. A lot of people said these coins were actually a conspiracy. These didn't even exist. These are literal coins minted in Israel. This is a half shekel. It contains, I believe, 10 grams of silver, which is by the book. By the book, what that would be by Levitical law, what this coin would need to contain. This is what you would pay as the temple tax. It would be a half shekel.
It was minted by the Institute for Knowledge of the Temple, and it has a picture of King Cyrus in the background, who was very influential in the rebuilding of the temple, the second temple. It has President Trump in the foreground, and on the back, it has a picture of the temple itself. We hope that the declarations of both Cyrus and Trump will lead to the rebuilding of the third temple.
When is the building?
Very soon. We've already started.
Yeah?
Yes.
And when it's due to be completed?
That depends on how fast the workers work and how quickly we can collect the money from the treasury.
President Trump is starting a prophetic process by moving the American embassy to Jerusalem. Just like King Cyrus 2,500 years ago said, he charged me to build a house in Jerusalem. Here again, President Trump is building a house in Jerusalem.
Donald Trump sent Iranians who are the descendants of Persia a message to reflect on their own history, and that it was the king of Persia who 1,000 years before Muhammad was even born that said Jerusalem was the capital of the Jewish people's country.
We are very happy to announce that the Mikdash Educational Center just produced a new Cyrus Trump temple coin. This special coin was produced and minted for the 70 years of the independence of the State of Israel, and to honor and praise President Donald Trump, who promised, but not only promised, also fulfilled this promise, and next week will move the American embassy to Jerusalem.
Do you really consider the embassy move as just one step in the direction of building the temple?
It's a huge step. It's not just a step. It's a huge step because it is a step that is bringing together the biblical narrative, the narrative of Esav and Yaakov, the two brothers that were split thousands of years ago are now being brought together again, and this is all part of the biblical narrative. We believe that this is a huge step to the recognition of Jerusalem, of Israel, and the rebuilding of our third temple.
This is the coin of a new beginning, a third temple.
Okay. Wow.
Trump and Cyrus again.
Trump and Cyrus. Okay. Okay, these are what I want.
All right. This is the Mikdash here.
Okay, what does that mean, the Mikdash? Can you tell me? Tell me, it's for the third temple.
Okay, that's the third temple.
That's
what this is. And I think we've made arrangements with these folks. I've got a limited number of these. We're going to put some of them up.
From these donations are going to be used for the rebuilding and education of the third temple. The temple belongs to everybody, to the Jewish nation, but also to the whole world. In 3 languages, in Hebrew, in English, and in Arabic. So we're starting with the people of Israel, we're starting maybe with the Trump base, but I'm sure that maybe through Trump, everybody will understand not how Donald Trump is important, but how important Jerusalem and the temple is for the whole world.
What does a setting of a stage mean for the end times? Well, for the end times, you need that temple right there. And this applies even the Islamic prophecies, this applies to Christian prophecies, and this applies to Jewish prophecies. All of them should have an interest in this. To get there, to get all of it. If we're following our prophecies honestly, any of us, and everybody's got their prophecy, for any of those prophecies, no matter what you're listening to come true, you need the puppy on that back of the coin.